Well, joining me now, Republican Congressman of Florida, Matt Gaetz is with us. Congressman, great to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me, Grant.
All right, you've taken the show on the road. You went out there, you're rallying support to vote against Liz Cheney. What's going to happen tomorrow, Matt?
Well, if there is a civil war brewing in the Republican Party, make no mistake, my side, not the side of Liz Cheney or Asa Hutchinson or Mitt Romney or the Bushes, is winning. We're winning because the American people embrace the political realignment led by President Trump. So tomorrow, to bring the viewers into the room, it's my expectation that this will be very quick. A majority of Republicans in Congress have now come to the conclusion that Jim Jordan and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Rosendale and Dan Bishop and I came to 3 months ago, which is that it is untenable to have an America-last establishment politician like Liz Cheney as the spokesperson of our movement. Now, Elise Stefanik is someone who some of us have disagreed with on matters of policy, but Elise is brilliant, and she is a fighter, and she will help us recruit that next generation of America First leaders who can come into the Congress and continue President Trump's great work.
All right, look, so Elise Stefanik, she's certainly better than Liz Cheney. She's a nice lady. She's come on this program before. She staunchly defended President Trump. I've got some real questions about some of her votes earlier, transgender votes, amnesty votes. Has she seen the light? Do you think there's a chance now she's coming on to this real America First policy, not just supporting President Trump the person?
I see a very different Elise Stefanik today than I saw when I entered the Congress in 2017. I believe that she has really felt the spirit of populism. I know that the great folks in the North Country of New York have appreciated her service, have reelected her in a swing district. But remember this, Grant, when you go from rank and file to the leadership, you no longer just speak for yourself, you speak for the team, for the entire Republican conference. Liz Cheney never understood that. She wanted a forever war with President Trump, and much like the other forever wars Liz Cheney has supported, it wasn't winnable, and we weren't willing to lose with her. And I think Elise Stefanik appreciates that distinction where maybe some of her personal views will not take center stage as much as the objective of the conference to fire Nancy Pelosi, retake the House of Representatives, and put the policy on paper that can inspire the thousands of people out in the country, the tens of millions of people all over America who still want to see our country patriotically advanced without apology.
All right, I'm going to ask you to do what many congressmen and women don't do on this show. Take me inside conference. How much pressure are these establishment Republicans putting on you and others who wanted Liz Cheney out? Are they angry about where this has gone? What has it been like now?
So all of the pressure dynamic has changed. If I could have had you in the room 3 months ago, you had Kevin McCarthy and a lot of the kind of pro-leadership crowd really saying, well, even if we disagree with Liz, we have to keep her on the leadership team because we need diversity on the leadership team, diversity of perspective and thought. And our view is that you had to actually have a unified leadership team, one that understood that we had to grow the party as a working class, multiracial, multi-generational party, much like President Trump had done. And I'm glad now that there's a little bit less drama because even the more establishment figures in the Republican conference understand that we're going to lose if every press conference is just a series of kicks to the shin from Liz Cheney to Kevin McCarthy and vice versa, that we actually need to be unified behind a message that opposes the Biden agenda and that advances better trade, a more focused foreign policy, support for our ally Israel, and some resilience here at home on our border and with the cybersecurity threats that we face.
Well, look, I firmly believe voices like yours, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Dan Bishop, who was on the program last night, and really all of the America First patriots at home watching enabled this to happen. It's the pressure from really them going through your voices that allowed this to happen. We'll give Elise Stefanik a chance. I hope she supports these America First principles. I know you'll be watching her closely too, Matt. I appreciate you coming on the program.
Thanks for having me, Grant.
Absolutely. That's Congressman Matt Gaetz.